like me at 77 years old, what do you think? You want to live the best you can, right? So I think about this and that, and I've been posting lots of videos. And the point that I want to share on this one is I have shared this idea. What's important? Let's make sure that we focus on what's important. That's one. And part of it, there's a relationship, is that what's important should be how we are living in the now. You can only live in the now. But if you're busy in the mind 3 months later, 5 years later, whatever, of course, you want to think about it, but don't consume too much because 5 years from now is not here. It's just your imagination and lots of things happen. Everything is impermanent. So always be attentive to, let's call it this way, like animal. Be careful not get into the trouble. Munger says, not, I don't know if he was thinking like this, but I tend to, because he lived to 99 years old, almost 100, minus 1 month, because one of his principle is don't go near where you may die. And he lived long. And that thought can be interpreted like animal. Animals are always living in the now, and there could be danger. In the water, there's shark. If you have the bird, there's a big bird. If you're a pig, there may be, I don't know what, there's some other dangers. And also you have to figure out what to eat, when and how, and you never know. So you're fully in intuition. Intuition is based upon what's happening in the now. I mean, you can have an intuition about the future, but the moment of intuition is now. And for that to happen, you have to be in, like Zen Kigen, fully utilizing your talent. Because living, it's not like a machine to live. We have a biological process going on, and any issue that prevents you to be healthy is gonna give you a short life, even if you have a grand dream of what to do. My friend, his name Kurokawa, passed away around age 50. Another one, Tsukui, he's a Japanese also. He also passed away around 50. I have a person from Toyota. He passed before he was 60. And there was a guy from Washington State who became a Zen monk. He passed away around 52 or something like that. That was around 2000. And in that year, and around that year, I lost many people. Nakayama-san, my mentor, was gone 2002. I didn't get much effect in the sense of, well, there's sadness, and I still remember my friends that we had such a great time together in the college, and it's sad that I cannot talk with him. Every now and then I think of him, especially when I listen to the Beatles, because he loved the Beatles. And I'm sure when he passed away, he listened to the Beatles. I didn't know he passed away until 20 years later or so, because I was busy working and traveling and so forth. And I started to look for him, and maybe 5 years later after his death, but I couldn't find him anywhere. So it took 20 years to discover that he was dead 20 years before that. So, what was the point of this? What's important in life? And as you get old, you become perhaps more serious. But probably it's a bit late. I mean, there's nothing late if you recognize something to do. It's better than not recognizing and later regretting or something. But habit of living in the now and not go where you may die. Not go where you think of something which has nothing to do with your life, your fulfillment, happiness that comes with it. So that requires deep awareness, in my view. And that's how Charlie Munger lived that long. And many Zen monks, masters especially, live long. The reason to me is empty your mind. This may sound very counterintuitive, but more time you empty your mind, which is like samadhi, no mind, there's no self. And actually, no self is probably one of the most important elements. I mean, to go with no mind, but with mind you can have no self too, which means you are more compassionate, not self-centered, which means you are to see things in a different, various angles and make a judgment not centered from your point of view, but from other people's point of view. That requires a whole set of ability so that you're not narrowly focused in your mind. What's important, you cannot narrowly focus in your mind. And if you don't want to go near where you may die, you cannot be self-centered. You have to look at potential dangers coming any direction. And the animal, the state of animal, has less of a mind, and therefore they are always intuitive to know the danger and possible, importance of certain action, which is no mind state. So if you carry that animal mind and not overly processing what happens, this, you can do that. It's like a game. But make sure you have the other element. Maybe you can call it the left brain is more of the logic, and whereas right brain is more of the image and intuitive situation, as opposed to dualistic and the logical process. So have a good balance of it, especially intuition to develop. And I believe if you are too busy in your mind, you don't have room to listen to your heart and discover the danger so that you can avoid it. So this whole thing, in my view, point the guys who may live long and healthy is using a mind in a manner that's not consuming you, and if there's a stress, they go over the stress. How? Not thinking about it. And it's easy to say and difficult to do, you may say. But if it's important, you learn how to do it. And I believe what I do in my video, so many videos I post, has this element always somewhere relating to the wisdom, intuition, not heavily using the left brain and caught up in it, but let go and be like animal in a way. Where's the danger? What's the important? Am I breathing? Am I eating well? And if your mind is empty, you notice more of what's going on. You're not looking in your mind. You're looking at the whole existence. So, I don't know if this is a boring talk, if you just listen to this video. But if it's important to shift the way of the mind that is consuming your energy and pulling away from addressing the important thing and caught up and suffering instead of letting go and move on in the now, we better figure out not too late, but early. Because in my experience, it's a continuation. It's the power of the skill. Joriki, steady power, need to be developed. It takes time. So I keep posting these videos. Maybe it's like a broken record saying the same thing. But it's always fresh, new. Because for myself, I realize those as important. Otherwise, I won't be posting so many videos just for the sake of talking. No. There's something connected to the root of who I am, to live well, utilizing the best of what we got, and have fun. So, think what's important. Don't be deluded. Spend time, open our mind, and excavate the internal skills, the potentials that we got. Have fun, and don't go to where the danger is. If you did, learn from that and don't repeat that. Thank you.